My name is Patricia Ann Walsh. I go by Pat. I'm 69 years old, widowed 15 years, and I live in a modest ranch house in Marietta, Georgia, that I paid off with my late husband Mike's life insurance money. I have one child, my son, Connor Michael Walsh, 36. His wife, Ashley, never Ashley, 34. They live in a $750,000 modern farmhouse in East Cobb that I put 20% down on and have been paying the mortgage on for 4 years. Let me run the numbers for you, because I still have them written on the back of an envelope I keep in my nightstand like evidence at a murder trial. In 4 years, I gave them $182,000 toward the house, down payment plus every mortgage payment, $48,000 for Ashley's starter Mercedes GLC, $36,000 for IVF, 2 rounds, neither worked, $28,000 for their wedding venue deposit, flowers, photographer, open bar, $18,000 for the honeymoon in Bora-Bora, $9,600 a year for incidentals, Ashley's lash extensions, Connor's golf membership, their Costco runs, $14,000 bailing them out of credit card debt, twice grand total, $487,400. That's almost $500,000. From a widow whose only income is a $2,100 Social Security check and a $1,100 teacher's pension. I ate scrambled eggs and canned green beans so they could have date nights at Capitol Grill. I skipped my blood pressure pills twice so Ashley could keep her Peloton subscription. I sold my wedding ring from Mike to pay for their rehearsal dinner yacht cruise. I told myself it was temporary. They're just getting on their feet, Pat. That's what mothers do. Then came the phone call that ended my life as I knew it. It was a Tuesday in April. I had the landline in one hand and the mother of the groom dress I'd bought at Nordstrom hanging on the door, a floor-length navy chiffon with beading. $680 on sale. I'd lost 20 pounds eating air so I'd look good in Connor's wedding photos. I dialed, heart hammering. Connor, honey, when do I need to fly to Savannah? I've got my dress pressed and I want to practice the mother-son dance. Silence. Then Ashley's voice, syrupy and sharp at the same time. Oh, Miss Pat, we actually got married last weekend. Tiny little thing at the beach house. Immediate family only. We just invited the special people. Special people. The words landed like a slap from God himself. I, who had paid for the beach house they got married in front of, was not special. I stood in my kitchen holding a rotary phone that suddenly felt made of lead while Ashley kept talking about aesthetic and vibe and no plus 60 energy. Connor finally grabbed the phone. Mom, it was super low-key. Like 20 people. You would have hated it. I already knew it was a lie. By 8 p.m., the photos were everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, the wedding hashtag #, Ash and Con forever. Ashley in a $28,000 Vera Wang, her parents, her brother and sister-in-law, her sorority big little line. Connor's 2 groomsmen from college. An open bar with a custom ice luge shaped like the state of Georgia. A drone shot of fireworks, spelling A+C. Not one picture of me. I wasn't there. I never even got an invitation. I sat on my linoleum floor and cried until I dry heaved. 8 days later, exactly 8 days, my cell phone rang. Ashley. Her voice was no longer syrupy. It was panicked. Miss Pat, the mortgage autopay declined. The bank left a voicemail about foreclosure. Did you forget to transfer the money this month? I let her talk until she ran out of breath. Then I said, very quietly, Ashley, honey, I only help special people. Dead silence, then a gasp. What are you saying? Your family. Exactly, I said. And family apparently doesn't make the guest list. I hung up. That was the first time in 36 years I ever hung up on anyone without saying, "Love you, bye." Something inside me cracked open, and it wasn't pain anymore. It was power. The next morning, I did 7 things. 1. Went to Truist Bank and canceled every recurring transfer and bill pay to their accounts. 2. Removed Connor as beneficiary on my $180,000 life insurance policy and my 401k. 3. Changed every password they ever knew. 4. Put the house in my name only on a 48-hour lockdown with the title company. 5. Blocked both their numbers and all their alternate numbers. 6. Hired an elder law attorney, Rebecca Cohen, who specializes in financial abuse of seniors. 7. Sat down with a yellow legal pad and wrote down every dollar I had given them for the last 4 years. $487,400. I stared at that number until it burned into my brain. Then I poured myself a glass of the good wine I'd been saving for their first anniversary toast and drank it alone. The retaliation started immediately. First the texts. "Mom, please. This isn't funny. We're about to lose the house. Ashley is having panic attacks. You're destroying your only son. I didn't answer." Then they showed up at my door. I watched them on the Ring camera I installed the day after I hung up on them. Connor looked like he hadn't slept. Ashley's roots were showing, and she was carrying a Michael Kors bag instead of her usual Birkin. They brought a man in a cheap suit who introduced himself as a family law consultant. I opened the door exactly 6 inches. Connor tried to push past me. "Mom, what the hell? The bank is starting foreclosure. We have 30 days. Ashley started crying the way she does when she wants something. Big, performative tears. "Miss Pat, we made a mistake about the wedding. We were young and stupid. We'll have a big reception now, just for you. Please restart the payments." I looked at my son, my only child, the boy I raised alone after Mike died of a heart attack cutting the grass. And I said, "Connor Michael Walsh, you are 36 years old. You make $110,000 a year as a project manager. Your wife has a marketing degree and chooses not to work. You got married with my money and told me I wasn't special enough for a +1. Now live with that choice," Ashley screamed. "You selfish old bitch. That money was going to be ours anyway when you die." I smiled. It felt like winter. "Then wait until I die. Get out of my house." They left threatening adult protective services, dementia claims, lawsuits. I closed the door, poured another glass of wine, and slept 12 hours straight for the first time in years. Phase 2. The war goes legal. 6 weeks later, I received certified mail. They had filed 1. A petition for guardianship, conservatorship, claiming I was cognitively impaired and a danger to myself. 2. A lawsuit for filial support, claiming I had a legal duty to keep paying their mortgage. They attached affidavits from Ashley's mother, claiming I talked to my dead husband. Yes, I do. Sue me. A neighbor who said I wandered the yard confused. I was planting tulips. A Dr. Connor's friend knew who wrote that my sudden cessation of financial support was a classic sign of frontal lobe dementia. Rebecca, my attorney, read everything and laughed out loud. "Pat, they just gift-wrapped us, a slam-dunk elder abuse case. We countersued for financial exploitation of a vulnerable adult, intentional infliction of emotional distress, defamation, quiet title action on the house. My name was still on the deed as co-owner, and then we waited. Phase 3. Court TV, Georgia edition. The guardianship hearing was scheduled for July in Cobb County Superior Court. Their attorney painted me as a sad, confused widow, manipulated by predatory neighbors and lawyers. Rebecca played the videos. Yes, I had saved everything. The voicemail of Ashley laughing about no plus 60 energy. The Instagram live of the wedding I paid for. Bank records showing $487,400 transferred from my accounts to theirs. Text messages where Connor called me the ATM that raised me. The judge, a no-nonsense woman named Judge Carolyn Moore, asked Connor one question. Mr. Walsh, when was the last time you paid even one mortgage payment on the house you live in? Connor stared at his $300 sneakers. The guardianship petition was denied on the spot. Judge Moore's exact words. Attempting to strip a clearly competent senior of her rights because she stopped bankrolling your lifestyle is textbook elder financial abuse. Petition denied with prejudice. Mrs. Walsh, you are free to spend your money on whatever or whomever you choose. Phase 4. The reckoning I didn't stop at winning. I did the following slowly and legally with perfect southern calm. 1. Forced the sale of the East Cobb house. My name was on the deed. We split proceeds 50-50 after the mortgage. They netted $42,000 and had to move out in 30 days. 2. Bought myself a darling 2-bedroom condo on the Chattahoochee River with cash. 3. Took my first solo trip to Ireland. Mike always wanted to go. 4. Started a nonprofit called Second Act Moms that helps older women escape financial abuse by their adult children. 5. Changed my will. Everything now goes to the Alzheimer's Association and a scholarship for girls raised by single moms. Last I heard, Connor works at Home Depot and lives in a 2-bedroom apartment in Kennesaw with 2 roommates. Ashley is a receptionist at a med spa and sells Rodin Plus Fields on the side. They drive a 2014 Honda Civic they actually make payments on. Sometimes Connor calls from a blocked number and leaves voicemails that go straight to a folder I never open. I don't hate them. Hate takes too much energy. I simply stopped loving people who never loved me, only my bank balance. I'm 70 now. I wear bright Lily Pulitzer dresses. I go to brunch with women who call just to say, Pat, how's your heart today? And mean it. I have a porch full of geraniums that bloom for me, not for ring camera likes. Every evening I raise a glass of sweet tea to the sky and whisper to Mike, I finally learned, baby. The most special person in my life is the woman sipping this tea. I wasn't on their guest list, but I am the only name on the guest list of my own beautiful second act. And the party is just getting started,